Yo, what's poppin' gamers? Welcome back to a brand new Bad Business video. And today I got a top 10 list of best weapons to buy early. And I always get comments of people asking me what weapons are worth buying early. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and make this video. Now, I do want to keep in mind that this list is what I would personally buy if I was re-leveling my account and I wanted to pre-buy weapons. And I would like to give a little warning to anybody that is newer to the game. If you do go ahead and pre-buy some of these weapons, you will likely get called out in the chat of people getting angry for you pre-buying a weapon that you shouldn't have technically. But the way I see it, if you earn these credits and or you bought them, they're your credits. You spend it how you want. Don't really worry about any of the comments that you get in the chat. Anyways, with all that said, let's hop straight into the top 10 list. Coming at the number 1 spot, I figured I should go ahead and start off with a secondary, and I went ahead and threw the G18 in here. Now, I believe you unlock the G18 within Prestige 1, so it's something that you don't necessarily have to buy unless you really, really want a reliable secondary. And as of right now, the G18 is slightly better than the MAC-10, and that's going into our second weapon on this list, which is the MAC-10. The MAC-10 doesn't have as much customization as the G18, but if you are looking for a SMG that is really reliable, both the G18 and the MAC-10 are perfect for that. But if you're looking for something that has a bit more customizability and something that might fit multiple different playstyles, G18 is definitely the way to go here. But I just thought I'll put these two in here real quick, kind of in the number 1 spot, and then I was going to leave this number 2 spot for a sniper. Because I always get comments, people asking what sniper they should pre-buy. And I'm going to be honest with you, the best sniper in the game is the DSR-50, but it also depends on your type of playstyle. The DSR-50 is not like super slow, but it's a little bit slower than the other snipers where you actually have to hit headshots with to one-shot people. But the DSR-50, you can body shot any range and you get a kill, so it's likely the best sniper that you would want to buy in the early stages. So you might want to get DSR-50 if you're looking for a sniper. Next up, coming in number 3 spot is personally, in my opinion, the best SMG in the game, but other people think it's another one, which is on this list as well. But we have the Vector. This gun is so good. I get melted by it so much. It's actually kind of scary going against somebody that is a good player with a Vector. It is just not a pleasant experience. Really hard to counter, and overall, it has very low recoil, insane fire rate, and a lot of attachments that you can adjust however you want to play. So I think Vector is, in my opinion, the best SMG in the game. So if you're going to pre-buy an SMG, I think the Vector is the way to go. I do have a pretty good setup on my channel for the Vector, and I think it's the one that was most well received. A lot of my setups people dislike, but the Vector one that I've done, it seemed to have a little bit less hate. So if you guys want to try out the Vector setup I have on the channel, you can go ahead and do that. Coming in at the number 4 spot, in my opinion, is a great assault rifle, the SCARH. Now, I used to use this weapon a ton before it got revamped. I didn't use it too much after its revamp, but overall, it's still a great assault rifle. I definitely recommend trying it out. It has good headshot damage, decent fire rate. It's not like crazy fast. And then you do have quite a bit of attachment options. If you guys want to go a DMR build, you guys can do that too. Which a DMR build is actually pretty fun on this. That's usually what I use when I use a SCARH now. But you guys can just adjust your setup any way you want, and it's a lot of fun to use, and it's a reliable assault rifle, so definitely recommend trying it out. You don't see enough people using it, so yeah, check it out. Coming in at the number 5 spot is, in my opinion, the second best SMG, and that is the Scorpion Evo. Now, from what I heard from a lot of people, they kind of prefer the Scorpion Evo over the Vector. Me personally, I think I like the Vector more, but the Scorpion Evo is a very close second competitor to the Vector. So I think it's a great SMG that you guys can try out. Again, it's another one that has high fire rate. Doesn't have as many attachment variation as the Vector, but it also does have low recoil, and that's kind of the point. It does have a little bit more horizontal than the other SMGs, so just keep in mind with that. But you should be able to find some pretty good builds on YouTube, or you can probably build your own. Evo is definitely worth checking out and purchasing if you guys are looking for a good submachine gun. Moving on to the number 6 spot, I decided to put the AUG A2 in here because I personally love the AUG A2. It's one of my favorite assault rifles in the game. I simply just don't get to use it enough, and I'm very close to having Damascus Gold on it, so you might see a video on the AUG A2 getting Damascus on it here soon, so keep an eye out for that. And I also do have a setup video coming out for the AUG A2 here really soon. But yeah, AUG A2 is great, very good fire rate, quite a bit of attachment choices that you have You can turn it into a straight SMG. You can turn it into a heavy hitting headshot assault rifle, and overall just a solid assault rifle. Coming in at the number 7 spot is the M4A1. It's kind of hard not to put the M4 in here because it's just baseline. That's what I like to call the M4. Very easy to use, great fire rate, overall just a reliable weapon, and in my opinion, one of the more satisfying weapons to use in the game. You can't go wrong with the M4, is pretty much what I'm saying. That's why I decided to put this gun in the list, and it'll probably be in every list I ever do, because I just think it's the perfect weapon for anybody, really. But yeah, I absolutely love the M4. It's my second weapon I ever got blue diamond on, so I have over 10,000 kills on it. Yeah, I mean, M4 is great, very easy to use, and you can never go wrong with it. Now, keep in mind, it does have a little bit more recoil than most likely some of the lower rank weapons you guys use. So if you guys do pre-buy it, it will have a little bit of recoil. I don't know if I have an updated setup on the M4. If not, I will put one up here soon. So keep an eye out for that if I do not have one up already. Coming up at the number 8 spot is the G3, one of the meta ARs in the game. The biggest thing about it is that it hits hard. The G3, if you actually run into somebody with the G3 and they're a good player, it's just like the Vector. It's not fun to play against. It really isn't. The G3 overall is a great weapon to use. I love the feel of the weapon overall. I will say it can have a decent amount of kick depending on some setups that you put on it. But like I said, it's hard hitting, and I definitely recommend trying it out. Coming in at the number 9 spot is the AN94. This weapon is honestly not used enough. One of my more favorite weapons in the game. I personally have not got to use it too much because usually I'm always making content on the game, so I have to use other stuff. The AN94 is a Game Pass weapon, but you can get it for 7,000 credits, so you don't have to spend any Robux here if you guys don't want to. And the A94 is a burst, but you can put a ramp mod on it where it'll burst much faster. And it's not like the type of burst that you have to click each time. You can actually hold down your mouse and burst pretty consistently, and it's not like a slow burst either. You guys are probably seeing gameplay in the background of it. A94, it's overall a great assault rifle, and I will say it is stronger than the M4A1 if we're gonna do any comparisons there. But you typically don't see a lot of people using the A94 because of its 7,000 credit price point, as well as it being a Game Pass weapon. So you don't really see too many people running around with it. But it is very solid of a weapon, so I definitely recommend trying it out if you're looking for something new. You don't have a ton of customization, but there's enough. And lastly, in the number 10 spot is a Raygun. I felt like I kind of needed to put a special weapon in here, and I think the Raygun, in my opinion, the best special weapon. But you do have some good competitors like the Icicle Launcher, which is really good to use, but you have to play a certain way or change your playstyle sometimes when it comes to that gun. So I felt like keeping it towards what we kind of had going for this list, which Raygun fits this list perfectly. But yeah, Raygun, it recently got revamped. There's a ton of customization you can do with it. So it's overall a great weapon to actually pre-buy if you're looking for a special weapon to grind. But yeah, it's overall great. I actually love the Raygun, and I think actually a lot of people do. So people may agree or disagree with this, but I think the Raygun, in my opinion, is the best special weapon. Just like all the other special weapons, the Raygun will be 7,000 credits just off the rip. That's the base price for it, just like the AN94. So if you guys are looking for something new and not to the usual weapons, the Raygun is definitely the way to go. Like I said, pretty good. It's decently hard hitting and very low recoil, so you guys will see gameplay in the background of it too. So yeah, it's overall a good gun, and for 7,000 credits, it's not too bad. But that is going to do it for our top 10 list, and like I said, this is not in any particular order. It's just a list. There's nothing like worst to best, best to worst, nothing like that. So keep that in mind from this list. You just got to choose whatever you feel like fits your playstyle based on the gameplay in the background and what I've said about each weapon. Anyways, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys want to see some more top 10 lists or any type of videos like this in general, make sure you guys hit a like button down below. It does let me know you guys enjoy this. And you can also leave some comments, give me some video ideas of what I should do next. Anyways, thank you guys so much for all the support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, did you know you can actually support me in more ways than just watching my videos? You can become a member like everybody on the screen right now, and you get many benefits. You can read about all of them down below if you guys click the join button right next to the subscribe button. As always, becoming a member is not needed, but it is very much appreciated. So if you guys are looking to support me in more ways than just watching, definitely check out the join button below.